Good morning, children. Today we learn in the history subjects, chapter 6, colonialism and the city, the story of the empirical capital. We already learned in this chapter what happened to the cities under the colonial rule, British rule. फिगर देखे थे हमने मछलीपट्टनम का. मछलीपट्टनम डेवलप्ड एज एन इम्पोर्टेंट पोर्ट, जो दरियाई से माल सामान उतरता है और जाता है बाहर, वो उसको पोर्ट कहते हैं, पोर्ट टाउन. इन 17th century, its importance declined by the late 18th century as trade shifted to the new British ports of Bombay, Madras and Calcutta. जो ब्रिटिश पोर्ट था वो शिफ्टेड हो गया मद्रास, मुंबई, कलकत्ता, तो इसके लिए डिक्लाइन हो गया मछलीपट्टनम का ट्रेड. आफ्टर दैट वी हैव लर्न द टर्म प्रेसिडेंसी, means importance as Kolkata, Mumbai and Madras, presidency cities, main cities for administrative purpose. Then we have urbanization. Urbanization means the more and more people begin to reside. People जो है टाउन और विलेज में रहते थे वो अर्बनाइजेशन की ओर जाने लगे, अर्बन एरिया में. Then we have learned how many Delhis before the new Delhis, and after that today we see the term Renaissance. Literally means the rebirth of art and learning. It is a term often used to describe a time when there is a great creative activity. All this changed after the 1857. Chapter 6. All this changed after the 1857. During the revolt, जो 1857 जो revolt हुआ था, during the revolt that year, as we have seen, the rebels gathered in the city. Start हुआ था from Meerut to और दिल्ली तक गया था in the city, and persuaded Bahadur Shah to become the leader of the uprising. Delhi remained under rebel control for 4 months. When the British regained the city, they embarked on a campaign of revenge and plunder. The famous poet Ghalib witnessed the events of the time. This is how he described the ransackings of Delhi in 1857. When the angry lions who? The British, entered the town, they killed the helpless and burned houses. Hordes of men and women, commoners and noblemen poured out of Delhi. Here in the figure they have shown us British forces wreaking vengeance of the streets of Delhi, massacring the rebels, and entered the towns. British entered the towns, they killed the helpless and burned houses. Hordes of men and women, commoners and noblemen poured out of Delhi from the 3 gates and took shelter in small communities and towns outside the city. To prevent another rebellion, the British exiled Bahadur Shah to Burma. Now we call the Burma as Myanmar. Dismantled his court, razed several of the palaces, closed down gardens, and built bricks for troops in their place. The British wanted Delhi to forget its Mughal past. The area around the fort was completely cleared of. Gardens, pavilion, and mosques through temples were left intact. The British wanted a clear ground for security reasons. Mosques, in particular, were either destroyed or put to other uses. For example, the Jinnat al-Masjid was converted into a bakery. No worship was allowed in the Jama Masjid for 5 years. 1/3 of the city was demolished and its canals were filled up. Now, what the British want? They want to change the Delhis. जो दिल्ली का पूरा पिक्चर था, they want to change and to forget its Mughal past. उन्होंने वो कैसे करा? जो मॉस्क थे पर्टिकुलर रीजन में, उनको डिस्ट्रॉयड कर दिया. They want the clear ground for security reasons. जो फोर्ट के आजू बाजू एरिया थे, एरिया अराउंड द फोर्ट, उसको भी उन्होंने कम्प्लीटली क्लियर कर दिया. वो एरिया में क्लियर ऑफ द गार्डन, पेविलियन एंड मॉस्क. जिन्नत अल मस्जिद वॉज कन्वर्टेड इनटू बेकरी. ये पिक्चर है पूरा लुकिंग आउट फ्रॉम जामा मस्जिद. photographed by Flies Matthew in 1858 and 59. Notice the buildings all around the masjid. Building all around the masjids. They were cleared after the revolt of 1857. 1/3 of the city was demolished and its canals were filled up. In the 1870s, the western walls of Shahjahanabad was broken to establish the railway and to allow the city to expand beyond the walls. The British now began living in the sprawling civil lines area that came up in the north, away from the Indians in the walled city. The Delhi College was turned into a school and shut down in 1877. Here the view is from the Jama Masjid after the surrounding buildings were demolished. This view is the Jama Masjid after the surrounding buildings were demolished. जो आजू बाजू के surrounding buildings demolish हो गए, उसके बाद का पिक्चर है ये in the middle Jama Masjid. Here both the in figure 8 and in figure 7 sorry, both the figures write a paragraph on what the changes depicted in the pictures might have meant to the people living in the area. So in both the pictures you have to write down the changes. The new topic is planning or new capital. The British were fully aware of the symbolic importance of Delhi. After the revolt of 1857, many spectacular events were held there. First, what are the events held after the revolt of 1857? In 1877, Viceroy Lytton organized a darbar to acknowledge Queen Victoria as the Empress of India. उन्होंने क्या करा? Organized a darbar. Why they organized the darbar? To acknowledge Queen Victoria as the Empress of India. As the Empress of India. But the Grand Darbar was being held in Delhi. Why was this so? During the revolt, the British had realized that the Mughal emperor was still important to the people and they saw him as their leader. It was therefore important to celebrate British power with pomp and show in the city the Mughal emperors had earlier ruled, and the place which had turned into a rebel stronghold in 1857. In 1911, when King George V was crowned in England, a darbar was held in Delhi to celebrate the occasion. The decision to shift the capital of India from Calcutta to Delhi was announced at this darbar. New Delhi was constructed as a 10-square-mile city on a Rasaina hill south of the existing city. Two architects, Edward Leibniz and Herbert Baker, were called on to design New Delhi and its buildings. The government complex in New Delhi consisted of a 2-mile avenue Kingsway from Rajpath, and that led to the Viceroy's Place, now Rashtrapati Bhavan, with the secretarial buildings on either side of the avenue. The features of these government buildings were borrowed from different periods of India's empirical history. But the overall look was classical Greece, 5th century BC. For example, the central dome of the Viceroy's palace was copied from the Buddhist stupa at Sanchi, and the red sandstone and carved screens of jails were borrowed from Mughal architecture. But the new building had to assert British importance. That is why the architect made sure that the Viceroy's palace was higher than Shah Jahan's Jama Masjid. Here is one figure shown: the coronation darbar of King George V, 12 December 1911. Over 1 lakh Indian princes and British officers and soldiers gathered at the darbar. Here again the figure 10, the Vice Regal Palace, Rashtrapati Bhavan, atop Raisina Hill. Now, how was this to be done? New Delhi took nearly 20 years to build. The idea was to build a city that was a stark contrast to Shahjahanabad. There were to be no crowded mohallas, no mazes of narrow verandas in New Delhi, but were to be broad, straight streets lined with the sprawling mezans that sat in the middle of large compounds. The architects wanted New Delhi to represent a sense of law and order. In contrast to the chaos of New Delhi, the new city also had to be clean and healthy space. The British saw overcrowded spaces as unhygienic and unhealthy. The source of disease, this meant that the New Delhi had to have better water supply, sewage disposal, drainage facilities than the old city. It had to be green with trees and parks ensuring fresh air and adequate supply of oxygen. Now, new topic: life in the time of partition. The partition of India in 1947 led to a massive transfer of population on both sides of the new border. As a result, the population of Delhi swelled, the kinds of jobs people did changed, and the culture of the city became different. Days after Indian independence and partition, fierce rioting began. Thousands of people in Delhi were killed and their homes looted and burned as streams of the Muslims left Delhi for Pakistan. Their place was taken by equally large numbers of Sikhs and Hindu refugees from Pakistan. Refugees roamed the streets of the Shahjahanabad, searching for empty homes to occupy. At times, they forced Muslims to leave or sell their properties. Over 2/3 of the Delhi Muslims migrated. Almost 44,000 homes were abandoned. Terrorized Muslims lived in a makeshift camps till they could leave for Pakistan. At the same time, Delhi became a city of refugees. दिल्ली सिटी हो गई थी refugees कहते तो भगोड़े. Nearly 5 lakh people were added to the Delhi's population. दिल्ली के पॉपुलेशन में जो रेफ्यूजी आकर रुके थे वो 5 लाख ऐड हो गए, विच हैड अ लिटिल ओवर 8 लाख पीपल इन 1951. मोस्ट ऑफ दिस माइग्रेंट्स वर फ्रॉम पंजाब, और जो रेफ्यूजी आए थे दिल्ली में वो ज़्यादा करके पंजाब से आए थे. माइग्रेंट्स जो आए थे वो माइग्रेट होकर पंजाब से आए थे. दे स्टेड इन कैंप्स, वो कहाँ रहे थे दिल्ली में? कैंप्स में, स्कूल्स में, मिलिट्री barracks and gardens, hoping to build new homes. Some got the opportunity to occupy residences that had been vacated. Others were housed in refugee colonies. New colonies such as Lajpat Nagar and Tilak Nagar came up at this time. Shops and stalls were set up to cater to the demands of the migrants. Schools and colleges were also open. The skills and occupations of the refugees were quite different from those of the people they replaced. Many of the Muslims who went to the Pakistan, जो मुस्लिम थे दिल्ली से, वो went to the Pakistan after the partition. जब दिल्ली इंडिपेंडेंट हुआ तभी पार्टीशन हुआ था, तभी many of the जो हमारे दिल्ली में रहने वाले मुस्लिम्स थे went to the Pakistan. वो कौन कौन थे? आर्टिसंस, Patinators, laborers, the new migrants coming to Delhi were rural landlords, lawyers, teachers, traders, and small shopkeepers. पार्टीशन चेंज देयर लाइव्स एंड देयर ऑक्यूपेशंस. पार्टीशन की वजह से क्या हुआ, उन्होंने अपना जो लाइवलीहुड था पूरा चेंज हो गया एंड उनका जो ऑक्यूपेशंस था वो भी चेंज हो गया. दे हैड टू टेक अप न्यू जॉब्स. उनको न्यू जॉब्स एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ा. एज फॉर एग्जांपल कोई हॉकर्स में फेरियाँ हो गई, कोई हैंड वेंडर्स यहाँ से वहाँ घूमकर वेंडर्स के रूप में वो थिंग्स सेल करने लगे. कारपेंटर्स and ironsmiths. Many, however, prospered in their new businesses. The large migration from Punjab changed the social milieu of Delhi. An urban culture largely based on Urdu was overshadowed by new taste and sensibility in food, dress, and the arts. Here they have given one figure. Thousands of stayed in the refugee camps set up in Delhi after partition. After partition, they have set up the camps, and here the refugee reside. So, thousands stayed in the refugee camps set up in Delhi after partition. In the next class, we will see inside the old city topic. Thank you very much.